Hey y'all, it's Kirsten. Welcome back to our farm. I want to share with y'all how we make our hot chocolate. It's been really cold in Virginia, really all through January so far, but particularly this week we've had temps, I think around 10 every night, and then today was the first time it's gotten above freezing during the day in several days. So I'm hanging out here by the wood stove in the living room. Our house is kind of drafty, lets a lot of cold air in, and this is our only heat right here. So drinking hot chocolate has been one of the ways that we stay warmed up, or the kids stay warmed up. And the kids have also been working outside. They like to go out, no matter how cold it is or whatever. Our older kids are working on clearing some land for some new pasture. And our next set of kids, the next two down, they have some animal chores that keep them pretty busy every afternoon. And then so the younger kids, I've been teaching them how to make the hot chocolate so that when the older kids come in, there's a nice hot drink for them. I'm also working on drawing in the little kids to help more with the cooking. As we move some of the older kids off of that, I've had them, the older kids, making a few meals a week, actually for several years here, just to give me a break in the evening. We're a big family. It's a lot of people to feed. So 2 nights a week, the older kids have been working on making meals for a couple years here. And I'm sort of moving them off of that and moving some of the younger kids in and teaching them the necessary skills for cooking and being able to handle a meal by themselves. So I'm also going to show you what we did for lunch today. We did a pretty simple lunch. I had made dough up for rolls. So we had rolls, and we had the hearty baked beans that I make and can, and then we had the hot chocolate, which with the raw milk and the cream stirred in is pretty hearty. So that was a good lunch for us, and it's the kind of lunch that the little kids can really be drawn in and do a lot of that themselves. So we're just sort of rearranging. When you've got a big family, you got to kind of keep moving the older kids up to, they've learned some skills, and kind of keep moving them, and then you bring in the little kids and teach them some stuff. There's always, someone learning something new and someone kind of graduating from that. So it's a big job teaching these kids, how to do the next thing and how to handle stuff, how to cook, how to do the outside work and all. But it's good. It's real good. And we're kind of in a shifting right now of, like I said, the older kids taking on some stuff where they just really don't have time to be in the house as much. And so it's good for the little kids to serve them, and they kind of enjoy that, being the ones to serve them and get the food ready and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you what we did today with the hot chocolate and lunch, and I'll probably have some more stuff in the next few weeks of just some of the shifts that we're doing with the younger kids, and then what the older kids are doing here on our farm during the latter part of the winter here. Okay, usually I skim the milk because we make our own butter. But since this is hot chocolate, I'm just gonna leave all the cream on top because I want it to be nice and creamy for the kids. This is 1 gallon, and the kids milked this. We have a Jersey and a Guernsey in milk right now. So that is from the 21st. We always put dates on our milk so we can keep track of the dates on there. Okay, I'm gonna make the chocolate sauce, and I will put the recipe in the description for y'all, but it's super easy. So start with 1.5 cups of sugar, and this is unrefined sugar that we get from Azure Standard. 1, 2, 3. All right, and I had been getting cocoa powder at Azure Standard. I really like their cocoa powder, but we ran out, and it's not really in our budget right now, so I'm just using the cheap stuff from Aldi right now. All right, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, 1/2 cup of really cold tap water, and then that's gonna be my vanilla is from Azure. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And whenever you use vanilla, you want to add just a little bit of salt that helps bring out the vanilla flavor. So just a little pinch there would be fine. Now this is also our chocolate sauce recipe. So if we make ice cream or whatever and we want chocolate sauce, this is how we make it. And this is for 1 gallon of milk. I'm gonna move it to the stove now. Okay, so we have the cocoa powder on some heat. It's about turned up to about medium. And my little helper here is just stirring it all in. Once it's all stirred together and there's no more powder, we'll add it to the milk. The milk is also heating right now, but if we just put the powder and sugar and all that in to the milk, we'll never get the cocoa powder actually mixed in. So we make it into the chocolate sauce first and then put it in the milk. If you saw my last video, you saw me mention that we're working on the kitchen, and we still are. We've got the insulation and sheetrock torn off right now, and we just have the sheeting, which a lot of cold air is coming in right now. We have some house wrap on the outside, but we have some really cold temps that hasn't even been getting up to freezing temperature in the daytime. So we're really cranking out the heat with the wood stove in the other room. That's how we heat our house. And we're toughing it out in here. It's a little cold. Here's the new cabinet. Jay got the countertop all done and he's ready to put the sink in. So that might happen this weekend, hopefully. Making progress. So Jim is stirring the chocolate now. He's had some experience making this, and he reminded me that it's not supposed to be gritty in the bottom. All the sugar has to be dissolved, which is why we're heating it. So once it's smooth and the sugar is dissolved, we'll add it to the milk over here. All right, so the chocolate sauce is nice and smooth, not gritty on the bottom anymore. And all the powder is mixed in. It's kind of frothy because of all the cream in there. I don't think it's quite hot enough, guys. Heat it up a little more and then we'll get it in some mugs.
Yeah.
I made up a batch of whole wheat dough sort of toward the end of our school day. We eat a lot of whole wheat rolls. The kids prefer rolls over bread, usually. I usually make the dough and then we make it into rolls. So it'll be nice for the older kids to come into some hot rolls, fresh out of the oven, and some hot chocolate. And I'm gonna heat up a couple cans of the homemade baked beans that we make. These are the homemade baked beans that we make. We eat a lot of them. We just made a double batch beginning of the week. I have a video explaining how to make them if you're interested, that I made last summer. So the beans we heat up to boiling point and we boil them about 5 or 10 minutes. That's fine, Liv. You can just let it sit. We'll let it heat. And we stir them now and then, and that just helps them be a little bit softer. And here is the hot chocolate. which is almost warm. Not quite. Yeah, go a little more. And Jim has the rolls ready to go in the oven. How's that looking? Pretty good? While the rolls cooked and the beans and hot chocolate heated up, I spent some time reading out loud to the kids. I like reading older books, usually that are published in the 50s and 60s, and this is one that I had read to the older kids, and now I'm reading it out loud to the younger group. The hot chocolate is ready to drink. It's all hot now, and the beans are heated up well. Here, put your bowl real close. Real close. More?
A little more. High five.
Bring your mugs over.
Jimmy.